here we are. We've gone through so much Sonic Movie 2 merch on this channel. We've looked at the 13-inch JAKKS plush, which is awesome. We looked at the incredible Build-A-Bear back there. And now we're on to the last plush reviews. These three. The JAKKS specific 9-inch Sonic Movie 2 plushes. I got these in a lot from Amazon. And they came in a bag, so unfortunately I don't have a display box for you guys. And yes, as you can probably already see, I took their tags off. If you're wondering how they would look, well, don't worry, I saved them. This is what the front of all three of them looks like. You know, same render we've been seeing on pretty much everything else. And then on the back, legal info, and it tells you the name of the character, like here's Sonic. Here's Tails. Come on, focus camera. Thank you. But the one thing I don't like is that all the names are in blue. Like, why not make them different colors for the different characters? Here's Knuckles. Come on. Focus. Thank you. So yeah, there's Knuckles' tag. Aside from that, they're all the same. And if you're wondering what the other tag looks like on them, it looks like this. One with the Movie 2 logo, and then this one with a bunch of specs. Alright, and that's all I can say on that. Now let's go ahead and just get into the plushes. I'm doing a one-shot. I'm not doing jump cuts. I'm just going to do all of it at once. So, we'll start with Sonic. Right off the bat, I really like him. I like this plush. As you can see, he definitely is a much lighter blue compared to his 13-inch counterpart. And he's also not made of that fuzzy material. He's made out of the standard stuff you'd expect from plushes like this. His ears are very well done, even though they do kind of overtake. The inside overtakes. Like, as you can see, some of it bleeds over, which is weird. His face looks really good. I love the embroidery that they have there. Reminds me a lot of Jazzwares Sonic, now that I think about it. Really nice blue embroidery around the eyes, and then a super bright green they chose for the eye color, which looks really good. His nose is okay. It's a little too small, in my opinion, but it's fine. It does the job. His muzzle looks pretty good. And he's got smirks stitched in there. I kind of wish they used, like, a black, black line for his mouth, so it doesn't, like, blend into the muzzle, but you know what, it's fine, it's whatever. Moving down to the body, his chest fur looks good. It's a circle as it should be. Then the rest of him is all blue. There is a very noticeable seam line on his arms, both sides. Both sides, both arms is a bit distracting, but you know what? This has that same problem, so I'm willing to just overlook it. The hands look pretty good. He's got his gloves. It's a different material from his body. But, the inside looks kind of strange. Like, they have the embroidery on this side to show the hands, but on the inside, I don't know, it just looks weird. But that's okay. Minor complaint. And then flipping over to his back, he has all his spikes. Some of them aren't, like, stuffed fully, like this one up here. These ones are just, like, pieces of felt. That's a bit annoying, but they're there, so I'm not going to complain too much. There's definitely a lot of seam lines on his back, as you can see. But they do have his back spines, and he does have his tail, so that's good. I do think that his top spike might be a little too long because I don't know. It looks a bit strange because it kind of looks like this front one is a bit too short and stout, where these other ones are more accurate. I don't know. I'm nitpicking. Then his legs are blue, as you can see, and then they got socks, same material as his gloves. He's got his shoes with the white stripe, but here's something that kind of bugs me. These do not have the yellow tongue. Why not? Like, look, I'll show you. If you lift up his sock, maybe. Okay, well, okay, I can't show you, but there is no yellow tag there. It's just red. That kind of bugs me because it makes it look like just generic shoes. It doesn't really look like Sonic shoes per se. Oh yeah, and also no detail on the bottom. May I ask why? I mean, I get why you did it for your 13-inch and it looks great. But why not this one? Is it just because it's a 9-inch and you can get away with that? Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, that's the whole plush. Overall he's good. He's a good plush. I do like him. I like the way he looks. He definitely looks very unique compared to the other movie Sonic plushes, as you can see there. But I don't know. A few things about him bug me, and I did encounter some loose strings when I took him out of the packaging. So there might be a bit of a quality control issue with these guys. So, yep, there's Sonic. He's good enough, but not amazing. I definitely think this one's still better. And now for Tails. Okay. I'm disappointed with this Tails, to say the least. Let's take it step by step. Start with his head. I like the color. I like the color that they chose. The color's fine. That part doesn't bug me. His ears look good. And what bugs me is his bangs. As you can see, the middle one is like bent sideways. Why? And I can't even fix it. I tried fixing it multiple times, but it won't because it's just two pieces of felt that are put together. You can even see the line where they're glued together. Jeez. The eyes look really good. They also have embroidery around them. Nice silver embroidery. And they didn't choose as bright of an eye color, which is kind of strange because it was bright on the Sonic, but on Tails it's like a dark blue. It looks kind of weird. His chest is interesting. He has a bit of this weird material on the top of his body, and then he's got his chest fur, which is white, as it should be. But, yep, there's a little speck there of white. That's not. That's a stitching line. And then moving on to his arms, same problem as Sonic. You can see the lines on the front and the back of both arms, which is annoying. And then the cheek tufts. These are bad. Straight up bad. Like, look. They always bend inward. And you can even see the black stitching line on both sides. So if I even try to fix it, it will just rip that stitching out. Why would you make such a terrible decision? And not only that, you can't get them both to look the same. They both look weird. Not only that, his head's kind of leaning to the side a bit because of the way they stitched the neck. Ugh, okay. Alright, well, aside from that, looks okay. And then flipping over to the back, big stitch line in his head, which is not very good. Already some of the stitching coming apart on his back. Camera doesn't want to focus, whatever. And then the tails I thought were really cool. They look good at certain angles, but I don't know if I can find it, but yep, right there. The stitching lines are already coming apart. I just took this guy out of the bag, not even 15 minutes ago, and he already is having stitch lines coming out. That's annoying, dude. That is so annoying. But his legs look good. His socks look pretty good. Again, I don't know if I can find it again, but yeah, more stitch lines. And then the rest of his shoes look okay. They have the right details from the movie, which I assume this is how it's gonna look in the movie. And then the bottom is just flat white. So yeah. Oh man, this Tails is just bad. Like, I like the way he looks, but his quality control is inexcusably poor. Like, sure, there was some loose strands on Sonic when I took him out, but they were little ones that were easy to take out without having to mess with the plush. If I try to take that out, I'm gonna end up ripping off that entire side. Like, that is just inexcusable. This plush is just bad. My recommendation, just wait for the Build-A-Bear, because this one is garbage. Now, moving on to the last one, Knuckles. And I gotta say right off the bat, I already like the way he looks. He looks great. His muzzle's in the right shape. His body proportions are the movie proportions, which are good. But okay, let's take it step by step. Starting with the head, his head is in the right shape. It looks very good. And there's barely any seam lines, which is much appreciated. As you can see, the two dreads on the front go over his arms, like they should. But when you're like swinging him around and like fight animation and stuff, they can slide behind the arm. But it's pretty easy to fix, so it's not that bad. I love this is probably my favorite one of all the embroideries. I love the way they did this. Look at this. It's a gorgeous, reflective red embroidery around the eyes. And then this really nice, super light, almost neon pink. Like pink or purple, pinkish purple. And it looks really good. And like when you have it like this, up to the light where it's shining, the embroidery is shining, it almost looks like he is charging up with that energy from the movies, which is really cool. And then he has his crescent moon, which also has a nice embroidery to it. But I do think it's supposed to be higher up. But you know what? It's fine. It's whatever. His arms are much better than the other two. Because yes, there is a seam line, but they found a way to like curve it so it hides underneath his arm on both sides, and it looks really good. The fists are okay. They're made out of the same material as Sonic and Tails gloves, which I think is a little inaccurate because they're supposed to be like a leather material, but whatever. He has the spikes on his gloves, which are just pieces of felt. But it still looks good. It still sells the illusion that he has spikes there. And then the bottom stitching is even better because they don't have to worry about sculpting in the fingers. Because with Knuckles, he always has like just these gigantic hands, and it's really cool. Same on the other side. And then before we move on there, let's go to his back, where all his dreads are very well done. Yes, there is a bit of a white line from the stitching, but you can just hide it. You don't have to cut that one off. You can just hide it like this behind his dreads, and it still looks like really, really good. It looks fantastic. They're all the right shape, and they just look so good, man. They look so good. And then he's got his tail, which is jagged, like it should be. And then moving down to his legs, They're the same color as the rest of his body, which is good. He has a giant seam line going down his front in the middle, but it's fine. It's whatever. From far away, it doesn't look all that bad. And then for the socks, they decided to go with a very bright green, where it's supposed to be like a faded green in the actual movie. I don't know. It still looks cool. And then the shoes again are just okay. You don't get that extra detail and stuff you get on like a GE plush or a Build-A-Bear. You just get flat design. I do like how they made it a more faded red so it doesn't blend in with the rest of his body. I know it kind of looks like it blends in on camera, but it doesn't. It's more faded than it is on camera. They got the yellow stripe right, and it is a faded yellow like it should be, which is good. And it's bigger because, of course, these are supposed to be boots in the movie. And then the buckle, it's disappointing to say the least. Like, it's just a flat gray with circles. That part kind of sucks. And then the bottom, I think it's the same exact gray as Sonic's. Is it? Yeah, it's the same dark gray. But Knuckles is definitely the best one in the set. He looks excellent. His quality control is minimal, and he is pretty cool. I really like him. They did a great job with Knuckles. He looks fantastic. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or the Build-A-Bear more. They both look really good. Okay, I might like the Build-A-Bear more because they are gonna have reflective material for his buckles or his shoes, but still, it's a bit of a tough contest. I really like this Knuckles. I really like this guy. Okay, that is all three of them together. Now, all three of them together like this looks pretty cool. I will completely admit that. They all look pretty good together. But, like I said, there's flaws here, and the quality control, especially on Tails, is abysmal. And JAKKS needs to work on that. So, my final verdict for all three of these guys, I'll go one by one first. Sonic is a solid 7. He's pretty good for what he is, but he definitely has a few issues. And missing details on top of that. The Tails is a 3. He is an absolutely terrible plush. I like the way he looks, but the quality control is just inexcusably poor. Inexcusably poor. And then Knuckles is a freaking 10. He is by far the best one in the entire set. Yes, he does have his own little quality control issues, but they're hidden by his dreads, so it's not that bad. The stitching is way better, and he just looks fantastic. Like, they did a great job capturing his likeness in plush form. And he's definitely, in my opinion, the best one in the entire set. So my overall verdict for all three of these guys overall together, I'm going to have to say is a 7. It's a 7 out of 10 overall. It's dragged down 3 points because this Tails plush is so bad. If I have an outlier, take it with a grain of salt, but this Tails plush is bad. Like, really freaking bad. But the Sonic and the Knuckles are definitely really good together. But if you could only get one out of the set, if you can only get one, get Knuckles. Knuckles is by far the best one. Sonic, like I said, he's pretty good. And then the Tails is just, get out of here. Tails is garbage. The Tails plush in that one is garbage. Either wait for the Build-A-Bear, or just use another Tails plush. That one is not worth it. Now, I also have to take my price into account, because while you guys paid around, I think, 30 for all these guys together, I tried to fund an online order to save myself an in-store run, and I had to get all these guys together for $70. So taking that into account, I can't give it higher than a 7 out of 10 overall. But definitely get these two. Do not get the tails. JAKKS, that is inexcusable. That is absolutely freaking inexcusable. Okay. Rant over, video over. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm gonna go get a drink of water and relax for the rest of the day. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm Jack Small of Animation Station. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace!